All right, what's up? Good morning. My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse. Do me a favor, hook me up. I've been hooking you up. I've been telling you what's going to happen in the future. It keeps happening. I've been leading you right. Crypto, stocks, macroeconomics. I'm going to do a quick little video. I've been helping you with trading, helping you with swing trading, helping you with buys and sells. So, hook me up, smash that like, hit the subscribe. And let's get started. So if you're not in the Discord, a lot of people are coming in, and it's cool. It's a cool vibe. It's growing organically, very friendly in there. It's people that want to learn to trade, people that are traders, people that want to position trade, swing trade, day trade, scalp, and even invest. Really, there's a lot to, show you. There's a lot to talk about and a lot of cool stuff going on. I mean, we're at the bottom possibly of a bear. We don't quite know if there's another leg lower, but these are wonderful places to buy and accumulate down here. And about 2 weeks ago, I was pretty adamant about the double bottom. And when this rallied up and we started coming down, I said, stay in, hold the line. When this curves, it curves, and then it usually will shoot up, okay? And here it is curving, and look at this. Momentum, huge. Now, this is what I want you guys to know. I know there's a lot going on in Europe. I know there's a lot going on in Russia. I know there's a lot going on in China. I know there's a lot going on in the US. But here's the deal, guys. It's all a distraction. We're here to make money, okay? The news will show up in the charts. I promise you. It'll show up in the volume. It'll show up in the price action. And the system will let you know, when to get in, when it's safe, when to hold, even when it's shaky. And, when to get out when, it's going to probably most likely with a high probability come down. Okay. So let's not get distracted. We can talk about news. We can look at that stuff. But, in my experience, if you focus too much on politics and you focus too much on all these other things going on, you can make a mistake, and you don't want to make a mistake when you have money on the table. You want to make good decisions and not be distracted and have a clear mind to be able to see things accurately. So let's look at the Dow. Now, the Dow is up 4.79% already this week. All right, looking good, right? Now, if you're new to the channel, let's just back up. So we had this blue line, okay? I'll make it brief for everybody that's been watching for a long time, okay? So we had this blue line right here, and this blue line was the peak of COVID, over here. This was COVID. This becomes a base, okay? And when it breaks out, you start a bull run. This yellow line right here is the peak inside of the base. It's actually not the peak of the base. The peak of the base is higher. So the first time that they brought it down, they brought it down to the peak of COVID, the blue line, okay? And I said, there's a pivot, and we went up, and we went up massively, okay? We went up, we came down, we went up, we came down, but overall we came up to the top of the descending pattern or the primary downtrend, okay? Now, this blue diamond and this pink diamond are institutional buys. From here on out, we're going to call that whale watching, okay? And from here on out, when this thing goes green, because it's going to be a big part of the system, when this trend one goes green, see how it goes green and pink through here? When it goes green, we're going to call that green lights to the beach. And you'll find out why later, okay? It's important. And I'm going to be putting it in the courses. I've been doing beta on it. I got all the different settings I like for scalping, swinging, and trend trading. We're going to call that green lights to the beach. And these diamonds are institutional buyers and institutional sellers. And you could see when I was describing on the June bottom low, the pivot and there's the buy. And then we rolled it up. And over here, I said sell. And we went down. And over here, I said buy. And we went up for 4 days. And then they sold. There's the whale watching pink diamond. Then it came down. It came down not to the peak. Again, they try to trick us, get you to capitulate, get you to get stopped, get you to get margin calls, get you to get scared, and they came into the base of COVID, not the peak. It's an old school trick, okay? It double bottomed there. I was saying it was going to double bottom here, but it did. It double bottomed. They just took it into the base. Okay, then it shot up. I said bullish pivot. Time to be bullish. Time to change your mindset from bearish to bullish. It went bullish. I was correct again. And then it started coming down, and it came down fierce and rapid and violent, and it was scary even for me too. And I said, guys, hold the line. Hold the line. And we did. And it came down, and if you notice, it pivoted and made a new double bottom. Now, I made another video. I said, guys, hold the line. It's about to turn, and when it turns, it goes up, okay? When it turns, it goes up. When it turns, it goes up, okay? It's turning, and that's how I knew days ahead when a lot of people are bearish on social media and especially TV that, we need to hold. We need to stay in the local trend. Now, I've said over and over and over, we do not know how long the local uptrend will go. We don't know if it will be a breakout of this resistance or if it's going to hit its head on this and actually get a pink diamond and a sell and come down and make a leg lower. So that's what I want you to be aware of. We don't know how long they will go. We don't know where they're going to turn. However, I will know where they're going to turn because I'll be watching the charts, and you can also feel it, and you can feel it, through the day when you're clicking through the charts, and that, the Dow only has 30 stocks in it, so you'll kind of know. But right now, this says stay in, okay? And it happened right on the Fibonacci circle, right on the base trend line. And if you notice, you got an institutional whale watching buy right here. You did get a sell there. It went down. And you got another buy, if you can see the diamond down there. And then you got the triangle after the doji. Everything synced up. That's when I made the other video. And I said, stay in, don't trip, stay in. And boom, we have not got a pink diamond. Okay. Nothing on this is telling me that it is over. It is going to be shaky. They're going to try to drop it down and get you to take your gains and your profits. And that's okay if that's what you want to do, if you want to do that. I want, if you're in my group and I'm your coach, I want to teach you how to exit really, really precisely like a surgeon, like a brain surgeon. That's how we do it at the Wheelhouse. We come in, we're looking at all time frames. We have all kinds of coding, over 70 things in the coding, predictive information, leading information, not just lagging, tick by tick, and it basically evolves with the ticks of the market second to second. Okay, so what I can do is that when we come up to this resistance here, I can come over to a 1 hour and I can say, okay, is it going to start making purple candles and get rejected there? Well, a 1 hour might be a little too late. We like to be brain surgeons with the scalpel. We don't want to leave our patient on the table, leave our money on the table for a whole hour, right? So maybe what we do is we come and we take a little peek over here at the 5 minute, and boom, look, it's already starting. So we might be actually getting a bearish pivot on this line and a rejection point and a sales wall at this line, and there's take profits right below it because people are going to be nervous anytime you get to a major resistance, okay? Now, that's okay. This is what a resistance and fail or a breakout and launch looks like. There's always going to be these moments we have to bust through and we have to hold it. We already got through the ribbons. We already got through the peak of COVID and the June bottom low. We already rushed and broke through this one. There's no reason we can't rush and break through that one. Where on the chart ever do you see this go blue and curve and then just fail? Is there anywhere? I mean, this one didn't curve. This one never, I'm talking about it has to curve. See where it curves? And I'll tell you right now, really you want this thing to curve and be above here. So it's still a little iffy. And, it is possible that we could reject and have a red day here. It is possible it could reject and actually get nasty and come down to here and then bounce up. And you just have to play these resistances and supports, and you have to keep an eye on them very carefully. So I would think that you would take all profitable trades and put stops above break even at a minimum, and to have some capital protection. I'm not saying it's going to come down, but if it were to come down, this is one of the points that it would. Okay, if it breaks through here, we're probably going up to here, 32,469 on the Dow. Okay, if it breaks through there, that's actually considered a trend reversal and will be considered, this is a minor trend reversal and this is a minor trend reversal. Okay, you break through this one though, you're out of the descending. Okay, and this is an official trend reversal and confirmed uptrend. We got a long ways to go from here to being above this and holding with a body close. Okay, I just want to make that very clear. But it's really not that far. And like I said in the other video, a bear market rally can be fast, violent, and aggressive to the upside. And you can watch all those reds in your portfolio, all those losses, you can see them turn to green or barely red like that in a bear market rally. Again, this does not say that it's coming down. This doesn't say it's coming down. This is okay, it's just braiding. This is actually looking really good, and that's predictive. This is looking good. This is looking great. The clouds, everything's looking great, and you almost have your green lights indicator. So, I'm going to hold, but I'm just going to raise my stops and have capital protection. I have a lot more greens than I did, a week ago. So why not? Now, on the SPY, really quickly, I had mentioned in the other video that one of our indicators scans bottoms, and we have one that's a bottom finder and one that's called a fat finger. And this one right here, it looks like our fat finger bottom scanner went off right there. And that's exactly where the double bottom was supposed to be. But like everything in markets, there's an overreaction, either to the upside or the downside. So yeah, it would be perfect if technically it bounced there, but whoa, went a little deeper, pushes up, whoa, a little deeper, pushes up, and now it's holding on the line. Okay, and so you got that. This is still blue, and nothing says get out of the SPY. NASDAQ, same thing. We'll just run through it. NASDAQ says to stay in. The Russell, I want to go through the Russell and just make sure. Russell's still making an interesting coiling pattern, but overall bullish. So yeah, the Russell, we need the small caps, and it makes sense. Well, you have a case for either way. So on small caps in a bear market, they get decimated. So there's a case to stay out of small caps and be in quality like Dow stocks, but there's also a case that these things are decimated and I can get such a low value, maybe I should pick them up. So, there is strength, but there is more strength. I mean, you could see this momentum versus the Dow as an example. Look at the difference, okay? People are getting in on the Apples, the Microsofts, the Visas, the Disneys, okay? The MasterCards. These are outstanding prices down here, okay? Now, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I like to call the Dow of crypto because it's an index, and consider that an umbrella for the alts, and not everything has been following Bitcoin. I've seen a lot of decoupling and a lot of new personality and behavior going on with quite a bit of cryptos, and it's great to see that after years of it kind of following Bitcoin. So on the hour, we still have an uptrend, but it just went pink. Okay, on the hourly, that's indicating that it could come down. Let's get a closer look. It's trying to fight, so it has been coming down, and it's trying to push up. That's two 30-minute candles plus two doji. So for 2 full hours, it's been trying to push. Okay, on the 15-minute, all right, it's trying to push up and make this go green. We want it to be green. So on the 5-minute, where I trade a lot, you have price action above the 200. This is green. The cloud is up, and the blue cloud is just starting. Okay, so I made a video yesterday about crypto. You should watch it. It's a little technical, but I have a unique channel. I can read you the news. I can explain the world economic events, but there's a ton of channels out there that, can read you the news. Over here, we want to make money. We want to be master brain surgeons and see the future and be Jedis. And that's what our coding is all about. That's why my predictions are so on point all the time. That's why I get 96, 97% win rates. Okay? Come in the Discord. Be part of it. Ask everybody. They all know, and I help you. I'm easy to talk to. Everybody's cool in there, and we're just chilling. We're just learning, growing, and hanging out together. You don't have to buy anything. Just come in and kick it. And, one thing I wanted to tell you about Bitcoin right now is that, okay, I've already explained that the book map and the institutional bullish blocks of buying. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing here. The institutional block buying that's bullish has been taking place at this $19,000 level. Okay, so right here, this from here to here, if you can't see it, it's red and opaque. It's a bearish bookmap block sale. And as soon as that sold, it dumped. Here's another one from here to here if you can't see it. And as soon as that happened, that bearish block sale, it dumped. And here's another one if you can't see it, and it dumped. This blue one right here shows the first time in well over a year, that this is a bullish buyer, institutional style whale buying block. Now, you can feel it, right? It came to 17.6. It hit up here around 19, hit it again, and it's been grinding, and that's why. It's because people are now buying and they're holding. And I want to tell you something else about that. Also, the buyers down here are not the same buyers that we had over here. We're not having FOMO. We're not having high leverage. We're not having degenerate gamblers, okay? We're not having mass liquidations. We're having a sophisticated, brain surgeon, institutional type of investor or hedge allocation to a portfolio type of person down here. This is whales. This is institutions. This is smart money. This is where we buy. This is the early accumulation phase. If it comes down lower, we wait and we buy there too. You got to have conviction. You either trade it or you hold it. I trade most things, but Bitcoin, if it falls, I'm holding it. Right now, when you get this VCP type pattern and you get this coiling type of pattern and this type of volume and this type of pressure, there's only two ways it usually goes, okay? And in Bitcoin's track record and its history, it either goes way up or it goes way down to the tune of about 50%, okay? Now, I believe it's gone down 2 times and up 1 time, but the time that it went up a lot more. It went from 4,000 to 14,000, okay? That's less than 200%. But when it came down, I think both times was a 50% drop. Remember, going up, the percentages are higher than coming down. Like, for instance, if you buy at 19,348, let's just call it 20,000 for simple math, and let's say this is 60,000, that 20,000 tripled is 60,000, okay? So you're getting, 20 to 40 to 60. Okay, but when you come down from 64 to 20, it's a different ratio. Okay, you're down like, a lot less, basically. So, and a lot of stuff's down 60, 70, 80% in crypto, which is about right. So we don't know if there's going to be another blue block and a leg lower. There can be with all this macro headwind stuff, but I will tell you, this is a sophisticated type of buyer down here. This is not the YOLO crowd. This is not the high leverage crowd. This is not the FOMO crowd. A lot of them are out of the market. They got decimated on leverage. This is smart, institutional whale block bullish buys. Okay, this is where I'm buying. This is where I bought. This is where we're accumulating in this zone. Okay, now let's take a look at a few stocks and cryptos, and let's just see what's going on out there. So last night I picked up this Yang. It's a bet that Chinese stocks and equities. Stocks or equities, whatever you want to call them, will come down. And that ended up being a pretty good decision. There's a few other ones that are really good. Now, I already exited my trade, but you can see I didn't have to. I didn't have to. But, these leverage plays can get a little dangerous, and you just never know. Like, some news could come out, and you just don't know. But, I mean, honestly, this is sick, base breakout, it's massive. So I mean, nothing really says to get out, but I got out because I just wanted to take my money, and I never really wanted to be shorting the Chinese market hard. That wasn't my intention. But as a momentum trader, we look for spots, we look for opportunities, and there was one. It was easy money. Okay, I picked up some Mara. It's correlated nicely with Bitcoin. So is MicroStrategies, and I'm thinking about picking up some MicroStrategies as well. Now, you do have this is blue, and you're kind of been going sideways. Like I said, it's correlated with Bitcoin, and but your indicators say it's going to go up. So I picked up some of that, and let's see that defend that I've been telling you about. Now this is just a defensive ETN, and it's triple leverage bull, and you can see it's bullish, and you can see this is rounded and blue, and the institutional whale watching buys are here, and my 32 indicator setting says to buy, and it also syncs up with everything and says to buy, and this says to stay in. And think about it, defense. Why do you want aerospace and defensive type of stocks right now? Well, look at all the stuff going on out there with Russia, Ukraine, China. There's a lot of stuff going on. So defend, I said grab it, or I mentioned, that I grabbed it around 14 or so, 14.20, 14.30, and it's up to 16.16. It's doing pretty good. Adobe, we hit this perfect. On the perfect day, the perfect candle, the perfect wick, we hit it perfect. Adobe, it was like 277. We're still in the game, and we're killing it. And remember, the rule at the wheelhouse, if you don't know how to play the game, how can you ever win? And we want to win at the wheelhouse. Remember, we're brain surgeons over here. This is what we're doing, okay? We're not playing games. We have a plan. If you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail, right? So Adobe's looking good. That little orange line is where I had another buy spot and added shares. First I added 25 on the perfect candle. Then I made an order for 75. So I have 100 of them, and we're letting it run. And the reason I like Adobe is it's a monster. It's a juggernaut, and it got beat to hell. And this thing was up at $700, and you could still get it at $316, even though I got mine at like $277, $281, I think were the two prices. So another one I like is Home Depot. Now, Home Depot is down a lot, okay? Was at 420, and Home Depot, if you just look at it, just look at this. What do you see? Big bull run, a peak, phase 4, establishes a bottom, big uptrend, fail like a lot of other big stocks, double bounce, triple bounce, and it looks like off we're about to go, okay? Home Depot at this price is a killer stock, and they have a dividend yield too, guys. So that's a good, investment and a good buy zone. I grabbed some. Microsoft, I was like, 225, 238, good buy spots. Microsoft doesn't come down too often like this. Kind of rare that you're getting such a sweet deal. And this is actually an old pivot low support that it was off of. And I mentioned right here in the alerts and on YouTube, there was an institutional buy. And I actually swooped it up down here on this candle and made alerts about it at basically 224. And it's done nothing but go up since. These high quality premium companies are looking good. That's Microsoft on the daily. If you go look at something like Apple, okay, what do you see on Apple? Same thing. Rallied up, came down, went over extreme to the downside. There it went blue, whale buy, triangle. I said stay in, and boom, here we are. Now we are coming to a resistance at this 150.70, so we're going to have to see what happens. But look, this is curving, and all your indicators say you can stay in Apple. So, I think Tuesday is going to be an interesting day. I believe we have earnings today for Apple and Microsoft as well. So, now, this is one I've mentioned multiple times, and let me just explain to you, and let me take some stuff off the charts here so it's not so busy. Okay, so what do you see on Square when you look at this? What do you guys see? Look at the chart. Let me tell you what I see. I see a bull run that ended right here at 54.23 on November 22nd, 2017. I see a huge sell down and then a rally up to a top over here in March 23rd, 2018. I see a big drop down to April. This is over a month. Okay, and it comes back up. Bull run in 2018, and we get to October 2018 where it hit the fan, and I see a bear run. And in that bear run, just like the top of the bull run in 2017, I see a touch here in December 2018. And then I see another touch over here in September 24th, 2019. And then I see COVID right here. And I see this line went right through the lows, right where it turned the corner. Okay? Then I see a massive bull run. Okay? And I see that the price on Square went to 289, 291. And then I see distribution, phase 3. And then I see phase 4, okay, the bear run. And then I see that same old support since 2017, 18, 19, and 20 show up again. And boom, 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 boom. And then enlarge it. And now what do you see? You see the blue doji coming in. You see the institutional buy. You see the double triangle. You see the sink. And you see the blue HMA on that support. Last call. Time to board the train if you want Square. Walmart, I mean, I've been telling you that Walmart, McDonald's, Philip Morris, AT&T, defense, utilities, you know, these are really good in recessionary environments, but Walmart and McDonald's did pretty good last time in the financial recession. And look, I mean, it's blue. You can just see, like when I back it up, you can just see, you know, it was kind of going sideways, had a rally, had a big drop, kind of been increasing, and it looks like when right here is going to be a trend reversal at 142 and a breakout. But the fact is that price action is above this purple line, the 200. And in phase 1, one of the main things that has to happen is price action has to be above the 200. Okay, there's 4 phases. The smart money knows to buy when you come out of phase 4 and you bottom, which is usually a 6-month-long bottoming process. It's already been about 4 months on the grinding bottom on a lot of these stocks. 2 months to go. Well, what happens in 2 months? Well, I'll tell you. If we tick down on CPI, and on core and headline, and the Treasury bond market stabilizes, and we go into Q1 2023, and we start, you know, it's now not 0.75, it's 0.5, and we get in that rhythm, and things are ticking down, that's what it's going to take to ignite a bull run. And the fact that you're starting to see some of the stocks get over the 200 is really good. Now, Walmart is just a smart play, and I can understand why a lot of smart money would want Walmart in a recessionary environment. Walmart has a lot of products. They're inexpensive, and a lot of people will shop there. You know, it's pretty simple to understand. Oh, looks like my Algorand I made a video on yesterday is making some moves. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. And I say in yesterday's video that it would go up. This is all today. It's still going up. Oh, this is pretty good. This is nice. So yeah, it's just starting. It's a cent. I like that. Google's been looking good, guys. Google's been looking good. Look, came all the way down, had a bear run, and you know it established this floor. We're walking into an earnings, and this is curving, and we're getting the momentum. Also, Amazon is looking good. And guys, Johnson & Johnson is looking hella good. Look at this. Green lights to the beach indicator just went off. Look at the momentum. Price action above the 200. The big juggernauts are starting to lead. They're starting to say, hey, I'm sick of the bear run. I'm tired of phase 4. Take me home, baby. Let's party. Let's get to the bull run. Johnson & Johnson is a leader. It's leading the race. We're going to throw some money on it. You know, like, come on. Johnson & Johnson's looking good. Walmart's looking good. Apple's starting to make its move. Microsoft's making its move. Now, all bets are off. If Amazon, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, if these guys screw up earnings this week, which is very possible, but, you know, just be ready. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I think that a lot of the turmoil for earnings might be more like in 2023. But I can't really say. I have to take it day by day like the rest of us on the earnings. I can see everything in the charts, and I can even see like a little bit ahead of most people just because of the way we have some of our indicators. But I don't know what's ever going to happen on earnings. And earnings, for a trader, it's best to you could trade the earnings, but it's hard to be holding something going into earnings as a trader. So if you're going to do that, you need capital protection. If you're going to invest in it, one of the cool things about investing in great companies is if they have a good earnings and you already hold it and it launches, you're paid. Just like I had Netflix, and Netflix went up like $50 and I got paid, you know? So just want to mention something. Cardano, I mentioned in yesterday's video that it looks like it was making a perfect bounce right here. There's a large whale watching buy. Triangle went off. Everything synced. Bounced perfectly. This went blue. And, you know, here we go. Mentioned it yesterday at 35 cents. We're now at 0.3617. We're still running up, okay? Let's go look at the 5-minute on that real quick and see what's popping off here. Yeah, just oscillating. Boom. There's an oscillation. See how it went up and down? Went up and down, indicated by the blue and the red, up and down. The blue and the red, the blue and the red. The blue, when they both go red, we want to exit the long, depending on what time frame you're doing it. I'm just holding and buying more Cardano personally. And then boom, we're kind of getting our wings again today. Okay, we're starting to move up, and you can see this is where we left off. So, and if you walk it down through the time frames, like on the 1 hour, you can simply see. If you go to the 4 hour, you can see that pivot and that bounce. And if you go to the daily, like I just showed you, even though it looks small, I'll enlarge it for you. Came down, it went sideways here forever, and then it broke down, which was quite scary. And then see how my candles, they turned a different color, purple? That's scary. And then it kind of found this like bottom. And it got a doji, and then it got this, and then you got this. I made the video, and now this went blue, and we're bouncing. So I'm just thinking, you know, out loud here, seems like a good place to be getting some Cardano or getting more of it. Yeah, guys, let's just leave it there. I mean, there's tons of stocks and cryptos we can talk about. If you have any questions, you want me to go over a ticker or something, do some technical analysis on specific stock or crypto or anything, just let me know in the comments and I'll do it for you, okay? Guys, have a good day out there. Don't get wrecked. Come in the Discord. Don't forget, in the link of my description, I have a link for Webull. If you don't have Webull, it's a sick platform. It's got all kinds of sick tools. It's a great place to trade and invest. And right now, you can get up to $30,600 in free shares, fractional and full shares. I've personally gotten full shares of Apple, full shares of Facebook. They have a lot of Amazon, a lot of Apple in there. And it's up to $30,600. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know how much you're going to get, but I know that everybody gets their shares. And I've gotten some cool ones, and a lot of other people got some cool ones. So come in the Discord, do the Webull link if you want, and we will see you in the next one. Welcome to the Wheelhouse.